Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about something a little fun. A brilliant fireball over Mississippi sparks loud booms, and it left pieces of the fireball over 3 southern states, and they're being found on the ground. This was covered a lot of places. It's linked to an April 27th fireball. And this is CBS News, and they show a couple of doorbell videos. This right here is the meteor. I don't know if I can play that video, but they show it from a couple of different home porches. And okay, days after a streaking fireball was spotted in the skies over 3 southern states, NASA scientists have confirmed that the fragments from the meteor have been found on the ground in Mississippi. NASA said the exceptionally bright meteor was going 35,000 miles an hour when it exploded near the Louisiana-Mississippi border. There are confirmed reports of meteorites being found east of Natchez, Natchez, while sharing an image of one of the most meteorites on Facebook here. So that's one of the images. They report dozens of people in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi reported seeing a meteor around 8 a.m. Wednesday in the sky, and then they heard loud booms. It said the fireball was 10 times brighter than the full moon, and it disintegrated about 34 miles above a swampy area in Louisiana, generating an energy equivalent of 3 tons of TNT. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot, especially when you consider this article here says that the scientists think that the object was an asteroid measuring about a foot. Okay, a foot of an asteroid will create a fireball that's 10 times brighter than the full moon and generating an energy equivalent of 3 tons of TNT. So meteorites are pretty dangerous, people. That's a foot. Okay, never mind, one refrigerator cart bus size or bigger that float around this planet uh, constantly, and I mean, they have crashed into the planet. They will again. It is just a statistical probability of when it will happen. So here's this. This is on satellite. The Mississippi Emergency Management Agency posted a satellite image. So this is the meteorite right there. And yeah, the Mississippi-Louisiana border. And it says that law dictates that meteorites belong to the owner of the property in which they fell. And so NASA wouldn't disclose where, anybody found anything. It said, they're not going to authenticate anything. They're not meteorite people. Their main focus is protecting spacecraft and astronauts from meteoroids. So they're not going to identify any strange rocks people may find, and please do not send them rocks. But NASA said, if confirmed, this will mark the 5th recorded meteorite fall in Mississippi. The others were in 1854, 1910, 1922, and 2012. So that's like 90 years from 1922 to 2012 for it to happen. And yeah, this doesn't happen often. These are interesting events when people get to see this. But this article, brilliant fireball over Mississippi sparks loud booms. So it says that over 30 people from the 3 states reported looking up and seeing a fireball in the sky. Soon after, people across southern Mississippi reported hearing a loud boom. And so, again, the equivalent of 3 tons of TNT as it broke apart, creating shock waves that reached the ground and made a loud sonic boom. okay, from a meteorite that is 1 foot across. That's not that big. A sonic boom from a meteorite that's 1 foot across. Okay, so meteorites are very dangerous to this planet, and but what actually Bill Cook, lead of NASA's Meteoroid Environments Office, said what struck him as unusual was how few eyewitness reports they had, given the skies were so clear. More people heard it than saw it. So, yeah, I guess you'd hear a sonic boom. Yeah. So this this satellite here spotted a number of bright flashes that scientists think were caused by the meteors breaking up in the atmosphere. So this is one of the nicer events they've seen in GLM data. This object was first spotted by the satellites 54 miles above the Mississippi River near the town of Alcorn. So that's people just very early in the morning heard some big boom. That is, I'm not sure if that's a picture of the actual meteorite or if that's just a picture of a meteorite. But look at, I mean, a foot big coming into Earth's atmosphere. Now that'll meet up with a lot of friction, but creates a huge fireball to the point where it broke apart and created a sonic boom, a foot wide. So meteorites from flaming fireball across Mississippi, they're scattered across the state. And the interesting thing, this is livesciencehere.com. And the interesting thing about this article is it says a lot of the same things right there. But if you come down here a little bit, it has a checklist. Okay. Well, a little before the checklist here, it said, a chunk that hit the ground hit at 200 to 300 miles per hour, right? I mean, that foot long meteorite was traveling at 35,000 miles an hour, and it hit the ground at 200 to 300 miles an hour. That, I don't know, that chunk could do serious damage to a person, kill them potentially. I mean, getting hit by something at that pace, that could really, depending upon where it hit you, I don't doubt that couldn't kill you. It could take out animals. Um, so, but there's a checklist here, and this is kind of funny. And so, what to do if you think you found a meteorite? It says this is meteorite, this is meteor wrong. They have a checklist here, and there's really only two ways for this to be a meteorite, which it is, does it attract a magnet? So if it doesn't, then it all leads to no. If it does, is it heavier than rocks? No. Does it have a dark, thin crust on the outside? Yes. Does inside have particles with silver luster or red spots? Yes. Does it have REG, MAG, LY, PTS? If so, send them some photos and tell me why you think it's a meteorite. But you also, it has to be attracted to a magnet, okay, and heavier than rocks. The no option was here. Yes. If it's yes, 3, sand. A slide, is the inside shiny like steel? Yes. And then does it have holes or bubbles inside? No. And then you come back to this. It always has to have this too, I guess. Does it have Magal PTS? I don't know how to say that word. But so yeah, these are the two paths here to it being a meteorite, potentially. So, but then, they would do some looking into it. So that's just a little a little flow chart in case you find one of these in your backyard or you know somebody who has, because people are picking up pieces of this on the ground across 3 states. So, yeah, it could be on your roof, could be anywhere. So, just a little reminder, that we are right here on environmentaleducator.org. We are on this ball that floats around in space, and these rocks fly by us all the time, all the time, and they can be very, very, very dangerous. I mean, look at that. That looks so peaceful. I mean, that looks like bigger than a foot, doesn't it? Imagine if something that size hit you. That could be devastating. So, I mean, I don't know. Uh, that well, you know, when the Earth is right there, that looks like it's massive, almost the size of the not quite the moon, but big. But right, even a little small, go out and pick up a rock that's a foot big, and realize that that's how much damage that it can do to this planet, create a sonic boom, and potentially take things out, including animals, humans. So, just a little bit of fun tidbit here of something that just actually happened, and we're lucky it wasn't bigger. I mean, right? A big meteorite comes in and hits on land. Ooh, yeah, it'll be ugly for a lot of people. So stay tuned, people.